Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 8, Episode 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, all the men meet in the gentleman's lounge. And y'all know what? I thought that this was the first season that Tommy did not have a Kappa on the cast. But then Chris walked in. He was like, "What's up, Noop?" I said, "What? Child, you can't escape one season." Anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But I noticed that. So Tommy tells the 5 men that are left. And I was just like, 5? Is it me, or is this season moving fast and ain't nothing happening? Or is it moving slow and a lot? I don't know what's going on. But I'm like, 5. Anywho, Tommy tells the 5 men that's left that there's a curveball. This week, the ladies will be meeting their ex. Oh, Lord, not that ex, honey. So they're going to be meeting this ex. Now, this always scares me to see what the exes are going to reveal about these men, because you know it's always some foolishness. Now, see, I used to be like, well, why would I want to meet your ex, honey? If that's your ex, then that's your ex for a reason. But nowadays, you need to talk to their mama and them, their last employer. You need a mental clearance, okay? You need to meet the ex. Because these men be unhinged. Then they move right on to the next person talking about, yeah, she was crazy. Well, what did you do to drive her crazy? I need to be able to know where you came from and who sent you over here to me. Moving forward. In the next scene, Maria and his ex, Jessica. Jessica is very pretty. So his ex, Jessica, they meet up with Janelle and Jessica. We need to meet that child's mother since she's over there sending subliminals on the TikTok. And she's your current ex. I wanted to see your child's mother, not this lady. Like, who is this? Jessica, I mean, girl, nice to meet you. But where's that ex? The mother of your children, that ex. So anywho, Jessica is meeting Jessica. Child, not Jessica 1.0 and Jessica 2.0. Janelle also arrives. And I was just thinking, not the BFFs going on a group date. That's awkward. But, you know, she ain't really tripped because it's Jessica and they got the same kind of attitude, so it's cool. Maria is telling them, you know, he dated Jessica for 2 years. So Janelle was asking her, what was the hardest thing about dating him? And she basically said the age difference. She's 41. I think Maria is in his 30s. Child, I don't know his age. But that was the most difficult thing. So then Jessica 2.0, she was like, well, what would you want for his new partner to have? So she gonna say, I want them to have a sexual appetite. What's your sexual appetite like? Ma'am, it's getting weird. Okay, it's getting very weird. Why are you worried about their sexual appetite? Now, to me, this is just my opinion. To me, unless I'm sexing you, you don't need to know what my appetite looking like, honey. You don't need to know if I eat a little bit, if I eat a lot. You don't need to know nothing about my appetite, honey. As far as I'm concerned, I don't eat. Like, no. Like, what is happening? Like, girl, get a grip. So Jessica was like, no, I won't be answering that. I'm not interested in talking about that with you. I mean, ma'am, why did you let Maria set you up for the okie doke? There is no way that I would have been asking his potential prospects about their sexual appetite. Is that what you really need to know in order to form a relationship? Like, that's just silly, child. I'm with you, Jessica, honey. Don't ask me about my appetite. There are other things that you could be asking me about me that really make a difference. Now, don't get me wrong. You want to be sexually compatible because we grown folks, so let's just talk. You want to make sure if y'all getting it popping, everything aligns, okay? You want to feel good. You want to make him feel good or her feel good or however you get down. I understand that. But I'm not finna sit with your ex and talk about my sexual appetite and you done seen his bedroom faces and absolutely not. So then Jessica 1.0 brings up her being a tarot card reader. So she was like, I would like to read your cards. I would like to pull a card for you. Janelle said, no, thank you. You can pull a card for them, but not for me. These apples crazy. So she pulled an amethyst from Maria. And it said your intuition will play a part in your decision making. Well, girl, duh. Jessica is like, what in the hell is going on? He has never said anything about burning incense and tarot cards. And we talk all the time. This is my question to all of y'all. Okay, everybody down on this Dallas cast. What exactly do y'all be talking about? Because y'all always claim that you talk all day, every day, but y'all don't know a damn thing about each other. Why haven't you spoken about that? Janelle, same with you when you were with Quentin last episode. He didn't even know that you were adopted. What are y'all talking about? What y'all gonna wear to the next scene, or what y'all gonna say in the ladies' lounge? Like, what are y'all talking about, Janelle? You be talking about that ladies' lounge. That's what you be talking about. But we gonna get into that in just a minute. Moving forward. I'll tell you, I'm gonna be talking about a doggone thing. Janelle was basically like, listen, I love God. Okay, I need my man to be rooted in the word of God, honey. Praise the Lord, honey. Janelle is trying to get in front of the enemy. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I love God. I need my man to love God. Not knocking what anybody else wants to do. I just prefer to stand on what I believe. And I think everyone else has the right to stand on what they believe as well. Everyone has their beliefs. It's just we don't need to get disrespectful about it as it pertains to each other. I think Marie just needs to talk to the women so he can tell them what's up and they can see if they're on the same page or not, but it's looking like they ain't. Marie, I don't think it's going to work out between the three of you. Either one of them. I don't think it's going to work out. I understand they had their feelings, but Jessica and Janelle give this energy, even through the screen, that's so standoffish that it's like, it's like they don't like anybody. Okay, well, I won't say anybody, but they're not girls. They don't really get down like that, like the side eyes and the rolling of the eyes and the being real screw face when you enter the room. It's just too much. In the next scene, Quentin is going to meet his ex Bree, and she's going to meet Lee and Janelle. Finally, we get to see Lee and Quentin interact because he keeps talking about how it feels like they're already together, yet I haven't seen them do anything since the first time he approached her in that red dress. I ain't seen nothing since. Janelle also shows up. Now, girl, I'm not sure about this little dress you got on, but hey, girl. Across town, Chris and his ex Valerie are meeting Aries and Jessica. Child, I hope Jessica lightens that face up just a little bit. Baby, she has RBF real bad. Do you hear me? Real bad. Now, listen, sis, I am a part of the committee as well. You may think that I'm mad about something, but I'm really not. And I have explained that to y'all countless times through my reviews. I'm not upset. I just look like I am, but I'm really not. But then when you talk to me, my whole face opens up. So, I mean, I can't say the same for Jessica because when people talk to her, it's kind of giving the same thing as the face. But I just hope that she, can get it together. But something about Chris's ex I ain't like, and I'm going to tell y'all in just a moment. So as soon as Jessica walked in, Valerie was looking crazy. So Jessica was like, girl, I'm a hugger. You don't want to hug or whatever. And she was looking kind of screw-faced, kind of sizing her up. Here go, Chris. The whole energy in the room just changed. How did it change? It seemed okay to me. Your ex seemed to have the problem with Jessica. Now, I don't know if that's just me that caught on to that. I don't know if I'm the only one that peeped game. But I feel like that ex still wants to be with Chris. And she feels like she wasted her time. And now she's sitting here kind of looking at her like, why would you want her? And back over with Q, Janelle, and Lee, his ex is asking about kissing. Both Lee and Janelle were like, yeah, no. Not why he kissing everybody else. Don't put your mouth on me until you stop kissing all these heifers. Back over with Jessica and Chris. Jessica asked what was the reason that Valerie and he broke up. So Valerie was like, because I didn't want to be a forever girlfriend. Okay, now what that says to me is that Chris likes to waste time. That's all I heard. That's what I got from it. Chris was like, yeah, I was selfish. And he apologized because he wasn't in that space at the time. So Aries was like, I love that he apologized. I love a man that can take accountability. And I just thought that was so sexy. So she's looking at him and telling him, I'm looking for a leader and you just exude that. Does he? When did he give leader? Because all I saw of him was him sitting down with that portrait, getting that chef, and y'all sitting like y'all just met each other or y'all longtime friends. When did he give leader? Okay, girl. Just said, oh, that's interesting. And I was thinking to myself, it definitely is interesting because, honey, I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on. Back over with Q and his ladies, his ex Bree said that they didn't work out because Quentin couldn't commit. She wanted to be exclusive and he's content with being single. Well, you know what? That's crazy to me because he told Janelle last episode that it doesn't take him forever to want to settle down. So which is it? Okay, do you want to settle down and is it not going to take too long, or you like to play in my face and play in the street? Which one is it? Like, what? So then he starts to speak and he was like, yeah, I ghosted Lee because I was in my head about the process. Well, baby, what'd he say that for? Lee was pissed. She was like, for him to say that he ghosted me in front of Janelle, who is my competition, like, why would you say that? And I don't blame her for being upset. Why would you say that? Why would you just come out of your face and say, yeah, I ghosted Lee? Why would you do that? So his ex is still asking questions, but now Lee has completely shut down. So now she's quiet. Chris's ex is over there and she's asking Jessica how she can be of service to him because he needs a woman that's a good support system. She's like, because some days your day will consist of just supporting him. Child, please. It's two people in a relationship. Chris is looking for a mama. It's not going to be some days where I'm only supporting you and you can't. What if something happens with me? I have to make sure that I'm strong just so I can support you? Oh, no, ma'am, honey. So Jessica wants to know, in what capacity am I supporting him? Like, am I listening to him? Am I going to pick his groceries up? Like, how am I supporting him? And so she was like, I just need to know in what capacity. Valerie basically said everything. Everything that you listed, that's how you going to support him. She said, well, were you receiving support from him as well? She said, no. Oh, hell no. She said, he just didn't have the time. I was very much in servitude. Girl, say what now? Jessica, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You have been on 2 dates with those exes, okay? And both of those exes are not telling you what you want to hear as it pertains to the men that are interested in you and you are interested in. Girl, go on, leave now, because ain't no way you're going to be able to do that. And she said it in the confessional. She was like, I'm not going to be willing to do that, okay? I will not be in servitude. It's not going to work. Back over with Lee, Janelle, and Q, and, and his ex, they're getting ready to leave. Baby Lee was so taken aback and upset. She said she didn't even try to engage with his ex, and she feels like she blew the opportunity to get to know him through the ex because she was just so upset that he said that. So Q gonna get in a confessional and say, talking about, I noticed that Lee kind of retreated and she kind of faded to black, and Janelle was more, upfront and more confident. Talking about, I need to get to the bottom of that because you're sitting next to your competition. You need to be making sure that she don't steal your man. I need a woman that grabs attention, and Lee kind of fell short for me. Sir, please go to hell, respectfully. You completely embarrassed Lee in front of Janelle by saying you ghosted her, yet you're oblivious as to why she got quiet. Baby, she better than me, because I would have ghosted this date. And do you hear me? Baby, I would have gotten right on up and left. I would have been like that LeBron James meme. Do you hear me? When he grabs his briefcase and exits stage left, that's exactly what I would have done. Child, deuces. Moving forward. Back over with Chris and his ex. His ex feels like Jessica is just too in your face and her energy is too much for him. I mean, she does have a strong, powerful energy and it does command attention. But what are you talking about, Chris? Chris, you think you're Prince Akeem and you want a woman to throw roses at your damn feet. This is not coming to America. Okay, he wants Jess to dim her light and bow down to him. No, thank you. Okay, that's what it's giving me. Just no, thank you. She said that she did feel like Eris was a good match. She was very sweet, but Jessica has no softness and he needs some type of softness. And he doesn't like the in your face, so Jessica probably is not going to work. Well, girl, you did all that softness and all that servitude and everything else that begins with an S. Sex, servitude, and softness, and he still wasted your time. So I'm just confused. In the next scene, Herbert is meeting with Janelle and his ex, Melanie. Baby, Janelle is making her rounds, ain't she? I done seen her in every scene on this episode. Across town, Maurier is dragging Jessica 1.0 out again to meet Sierra. Side note, Maurier be wearing any old thing. Now, at first, I tried to overlook because I was like, sir, just what is going on? But it's just like every single episode. It's giving Alexis Fly Jones. Y'all remember Alexis Fly Jones from the Houston season? And she used to put on anything? Maurier is giving her a run for her money. Me personally, it would be a no for me just based on how Maurier dresses. I mean, call me petty, call me shallow. Just don't call me, okay? Baby, don't call me. I can't stand the way Maurier dresses, honey. I would never be able to be seen out with him, honey. He just throw on whatever and a pair of J's and go. So Sierra gets in the confessional. She's like, I don't even like my man to talk to his ex, but I'm going to go to this ex date. Me either, sis. I'm with you when you're right. I really don't like my man to talk to his ex. But guess what? On a show like this, you really do need to meet the exes. You need to make sure that you're not getting yourself into something that you cannot get out of. Because based on these exes, we have Q, who doesn't want to commit and is lying and trying to get Janelle in the bed. Then you have Chris, who thinks he's Prince Akeem. Then you have a Maurier, who's only worried about their sexual appetite. Herbert is moving slow as molasses. I mean, girl, these are things we need to know. Okay, these are things we need to know. So she walked in. She said she feels like his ex looks like Tequila. Well, she called the girl Quintanilla. She was like, what's her name? Quintanilla? What is it? Quintanilla? She was gone so long ago. What's her name? See, that's your problem now, Sierra. You play too much. Talking about some Quintanilla. The girl's name is Tequila. Now, me personally, I didn't get Tequila from Jessica. Maybe they could be kin people, as my grandmother would say, but I don't think that they look alike. That's just me. They ain't look alike to me. So Sierra sits down. Jessica is asking if she minds that her man, is friends with an ex. And she said, well, that would be new for me because usually they like to sneak around. He said, I missed out on Jess, but we still good friends. Oh, okay. Well, if you feel like you missed out, then you might as well get back together then. What? So Sierra was like, you missed out. What did you miss out on exactly? Is this your queen? Honey, I know that's right. Because what are you doing over here with me if you feel like you missed out on her? And y'all seem like a match made in heaven. Y'all need to go and get back together because don't nobody like you, Mario. Moving forward. Back over with Herbert and his ex. She's asking Janelle if she wanted to have kids. And Janelle was basically like, I don't even know if I want to give birth to kids. I want children, but I don't know if I want to physically give birth because I'm getting older, but I am open to adoption. And Herbert was totally thrown off. See, this is what I'm talking about. Some of these things y'all should have talked about already. What have y'all been caking on the phone talking about? Nothing. Y'all just texting each other. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Good morning, Grand Rising. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, King. What are y'all talking about? Because it don't look like nothing. So he was thrown off. And Janelle also said she wanted to be engaged by the end of the year. And he was like, what? So Melanie, who is his ex, was telling her that Herbert is Mr. Slow Motion. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. I like it like that. Shout out to Juvenile. That used to be my song, honey. Shout out to Juvie. You heard me? So Janelle is worried that his pace is too slow for her. Girl, you better leave him alone, honey. It is giving tortoise. Okay? So Janelle leaves. He asked Melanie about her thoughts. And she was like, I'm just worried about her not having patience. I mean, she wants to be married by the end of the year. And your slow pace and her wanting to be engaged, it ain't gonna work. So then he gets in the confessional talking about, I'm not that old. I don't have to rush. Well, sir, it's not just about you. I don't like none of these men. I'm so serious. I don't like none of them. It's not just about you. You're talking about you want to be married and have kids, but you're pursuing a 41-year-old woman. If you want kids, she got to get a move on. Like, ain't nobody got time to play. I didn't like that. I didn't like him making it seem like, well, I ain't got a rush. I ain't old. She the one that's in a rush. I did not like that at all. Also, why wasn't Sierra on this date? I thought he liked her. Marie did not need another date. Honey, we did not need to see him no more this episode. Moving forward. So when Sierra left Marie, basically, he said she's the homie. Sir, go on get back with Jess 1.0. In the next scene, Phil is meeting with his ex Amina and Aries, Kira, and Katarina. They're all getting separate dates. Now, what the hell is going on? Kira and Katarina have a double date with Phil and Amina. And Kira says she doesn't even know if they have a connection. Okay, I am done. At this point, they just trying to fit everybody in the episode. That's what it was giving me. Just throw Kira a bone and put her in an episode anywhere with anybody. I'm surprised they ain't put over there with Chris. Katarina and Kira on their date, Amina was telling them that they broke up because he never showed any kind of sexual affection. There was no kind of sexual connection between the two. So Katarina is telling him that's her love language. So what's up with you? Like, you don't like to touch and whatnot? He said it was because he was going through it at his job. Okay. So what that tells me is that he can't handle stress and he shuts down. You cannot shut down on your partner because life is lifing. Y'all got to communicate. And if you communicate to her that you need to shut down, just communicate that. But acting like you don't want to be bothered because your business is not doing what your business is doing, I don't know. I don't think that's good. Over with Aries, Amina, and Phil. She brought up how Phil wasn't affectionate with her. And Aries was like, girl, I don't know. I can't relate, honey. He touching my leg on this table right now. He's affectionate to me. This is giving if he wanted to, he would. His ex was just his homegirl. Really and truly, Amina seems like a cool co-worker. You know that one co-worker, you be like, girl, come do me a solid, okay? Because I got this show. I'm on Ready to Love, and I need you to come fill in as that ex. This is not giving that y'all even kissed each other. I know y'all ain't never seen each other naked. It's giving nothing, okay? It's giving absolutely nothing. I am not buying the excuse that Phil is giving about, I just wasn't there at the time. I just wasn't affectionate back then. No, you didn't like her and you like Aries, and that's just that on that. So Amina said out of all of them, she felt like Aries was already his girlfriend. I called that a while ago. I told y'all, I knew he really liked Aries. His whole face lights up when he talks to her and or about her. He likes the girl. Back over with Amina, Kira, and Kat. She's asking them how they feel about him having a son. Katarina said, it's cool because I've dated men with kids before. Kira was like, yeah, I have too, but my preference would be men with no kids. So Phil said, that was kind of a pink flag for him. Now, at this age, it is going to be hard to find a man without kids, but it's not necessarily a red flag. Your ex asked the question and she answered. I'm sorry, I just don't see that as a red flag. She wants to date a man that doesn't have children. It ain't nothing wrong with that. In the next scene, all the men meet up back at the lounge. So Tommy is asking how it went down. Q goes first. He said that when Janelle and Lee met his ex, Janelle really stood out. She commanded attention and Lee just kind of faded to the background. And he didn't like that. So Herbert brings up that he went out on a date with Janelle and his ex, and she was talking about her timeline and ain't timelining with his timeline. The math ain't mathing. So then Marie goes next, and he's talking about Janelle and the Jesses. He brings up Jessica bringing out the tarot cards, and Janelle and Jessica was like, no, ma'am. Okay, you will not be reading nothing on me. Okay, absolutely not. He's like, yeah, I probably lost 2 connections, so now all I got really is Sierra. Here go Chris. What did the cards say? When I tell y'all I holler so loud. Oh, honey, that was good too. Me. Maria, you and your overalls, y'all going home next week. Okay, if you don't, I'm going to come down there and personally put you out. It's time for you to go. Chris talked about his dates and how his ex said hard stop on Jessica. She's too much. Okay, she's too much. But she did really like Aries. He said when Jess came in, she was loud. The energy in the room shifted. When was she loud? She just came in and spoke. Would you have preferred her to come in and just look at y'all? I didn't like that. I don't know. I didn't like that assessment. When she came in, she was kind of loud. No, she wasn't. She just came in the room. Like, He basically said, I'm off Jess. I don't like Jessica like that no more. Phil tells them about how his ex said that he wasn't affectionate, but with Aries, he's super affectionate. Yes, of course, because you like her. He feels like he does have a connection to Katarina, but it's going to be hard to beat out Aries. Child, just gone. But with Kira, it wasn't a match because Kira doesn't want a man with kids. Now Tommy asks who they aren't feeling. Q says Sierra, Phil says Sierra, Chris says Sierra, here CC, there CC, everywhere CC. Honey, everybody wants Sierra to go on to the house. Basically, they feel like she has no substance. Sierra, you need to stop playing so much. You really do. You need to take something seriously. Show them another side to you. I feel like you're becoming a one-trick pony. You and your wig, show them another side. I see next episode you're going back to the short hair. Hopefully that means you mean business. Because girl, what? Phil also said Lee. Marie said Kira based on her saying, she's uncomfortable around large groups of black people. And I was like, did she say that? Baby. And so Q was like, yeah, because, she was asking me my preference, but then she gets around the ladies and says she's the closest thing to, whiteness, and she's dated white guys. So why are you asking me my preference? And I was thinking, let me find out Janelle on this phone talking to him about their ladies lounge instead of telling him that she was adopted. Girl say, what now? I said, oh, okay. So somebody is the mole. Phil and Chris also said Kira because she wants a man with no kids. Now, to me, Kira is a lot of things. She really is. But I don't see an issue with her wanting a man with no kids. It might be like finding a needle in a haystack or a unicorn at this age, but it's her preference. So I'm not going to come down on her real hard because she doesn't want a man with children. I'm just not. They can all really go. Honey, they can really send 2 ladies home. Sierra and Kira, aka Boots, you can go. Really, all y'all can go. And let me sing the theme song for Aries and Phil. Here we go. So it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. Oh, now I'm ready. I'm ready to love. Okay, y'all can go. We can end the season right here. Somebody usher out Phil and Aries and let's go, honey. We don't need no retreat. We don't need no reunion. We don't need nothing. usher out the couple and let's cut to black, honey. Fade to black. Moving forward. In the next scene, Sierra goes for the eliminate with Chris, and she already knew what time it was. She was like, well, they met with Tommy, so something ain't right. Ma'am, just go home, honey. At this point, you just hanging out. You know, it's giving when somebody graduates from high school and that same ex-senior just keeps coming back to the high school to hang out. It's like, didn't you graduate? Anything going on the college campus? Like, why are you here? It's giving hanging out around the schoolyard. Girl, just gone home. Ain't none of these men matches for you. Like, that's just real. Kira goes for the eliminate with Herbert. Child, Sierra over there still playing. Herbert starts to tell Kira that the men met. Chris is telling Sierra the same thing. Herbert brings up her not wanting to date men with kids and also the black culture. And she's like, that's very offensive. But some things that I've said may have rubbed people the wrong way. You don't say. And girl, Chris tells Sierra she's still ready to love. Back over with Herbert, he tells Kira that she isn't ready to love. She was like, ooh, I'm kind of happy. You know, I feel like Kira is ready to love. She just not ready to love none of y'all. And y'all ain't what she used to, and y'all ain't what she want. And she was relieved as hell. So I guess it's a win-win. Honey, we ain't got to see Kira no more, and Kira ain't got to see them no more. So that's just that on that. Sierra, you're still here, but you didn't get a date to meet the ex of Herbert, and Marie kind of friend-zoned you. So there's that. Ma'am, okay, get yourself together. And Boots, see you later, honey. Those boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. So march the hell up out of here, and we'll see you later. We'll see you at the reunion. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.